some honking. Hey, she was a cutie. And happy. Big thumbs up. Yeah, I had to talk to that guy that I don't know who's found. If any of you the two cool people watching, was on just a little bit ago. I'm assuming you were. The guy I was talking about that came out about the U.S. transportation lines, he called me. So that's why I stopped the stream because I wanted to talk to him. And yeah, gave him some information, told him to watch some of my old previous videos on the U.S. Transportation Association, since that's what his video was about. Since I already did a video about that a month ago, I thought it was important that he hear that information. Good morning, Casey Barky Face. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I already had a coffee. I was up about 6 a.m. here, about 5:45 actually. I love like taking sunrise pictures and kind of being up before everybody. I'll go back to bed after I see the sunrise. I do like to be up for it. Go to the bathroom, take some pictures, and then go back to sleep until the sun's up totally. But I went and got a coffee, filled up my gas early. I have coffee, but I was just being lazy. It's just easier to get coffee sometimes. And I kind of wanted to see the water because we were like right in Pensacola. I've never been in Pensacola or down here, so I at least wanted to see it. I didn't touch it or anything, but I drove next to it. I have to satisfy. I think I'm like a cow that just is always searching for his borders, running the fence line for the greener grass on the other side. So I was only a couple minutes away. I uploaded 2 cool videos this morning. One was one of the, I think he was a nephew of the owner of the track, and he played a song for me, and he was amazing for 14. And the racetrack was really cool. Very good family, very kind. You go to bed at 6 or 7 a.m.? Charlotte, I will. I was just talking about you. Oh, you're Charlotte. Yes, Justin was awesome. Yes, Charlotte was giving us advice on how to market better. And we do need to market better. There's so much that goes into the convoy. And it's like any business or corporation, you need marketing, both online and with posters, flyers. And so Charlotte was sitting and discussing a bunch of different ways. I guess Charlotte was on the went to some Trump marketing or something. I'd never heard of that. It sounds like it was some type of school or class. But that's a good idea. Marketing is everything. The convoy is such an effective piece of protesting, but it takes a lot of people involved to really make it work. But everyone's learning. I've learned so much. I'm thinking about going back into Chicago and forming one in Chicago because I met a trucker in Hagerstown who I went on the 18-wheeler around the DC a couple times with him, and it was a great experience. But I formed a friendship with him, and he's really cool. And he's a cowboy. I didn't know that. I mean, I've met cowboys in Texas, but there is some cowboys in Illinois, but they're far and few. And He's a cowboy from Northern Illinois, runs rodeos and rodeo events. And I just hit it off with him. I met him in Ohio. I interviewed him, and yeah, and then we just started messaging. And then I saw him in Hagerstown. I was like, "Hey, can I ride with you?" He had a big Thomas Jefferson quote on his back truck, and he had run all the supplies and got all these churches to donate. So he came down to Hagerstown with a truckload of stuff. So it was a really good person to meet, to network with, and to become friends with. Because, I mean, networking, friendships, it's all kind of one and the same. You could look at it from a business point, or you could just, for me, it's not business. It's just being friendly and aligning with people with a like mind. And that's networking. And to me, I'd rather have fun than talk business, because once you have fun together, you could do and I like to know that ahead of time, so that I don't get myself into a possible situation. But there was something that they like to, that they vet their people by going out to the bar and drinking with them. And I'm not about all the time, but you can find a lot people. It's a truth serum for some people, so you get to know what their real intentions are a lot of times when they're drunk. You get a lot of information when people are drinking. Yeah, a lot of my friends, Charlotte, are running for different offices and doing all sorts of things. I personally don't get into the politics. I'm very specific in my very general in my titles, I guess you might say. I don't do any Republican, Democrat, Trump, Biden, any of that. A lot of my friends do, and I align with them on many, many issues, and I support them. We got a nice honk and a good thumbs up and a smile from her in the Ford Explorer or Eldorado, or I don't even know what that is. I'm not good with cars. Oh, well, thanks you, Charlotte. Yeah, they were talking about you. Said that you had some pictures in the music industry, and that's good. You know, there's so many things that are skills and trades cross over into other categories. Like, I didn't realize like my van lifing would be cross over into this convoying. I basically convoy all the time. I go from location to location to location, meet people, have food with different people, make connections with people, and this is what the convoy really is. I'm excited. There was a hit piece on article today, this morning, or maybe last night it was posted, but I read it this morning at about 6 a.m. I was reading it. I sent it to Ross, but there was an article about how a patriot group caused felonies by blocking the entrance of Disney, and that it was hours and hours of chaos. Oh, look at that. He's part of the convoy. He doesn't even know it. Good morning, Cynthia from Okeechobee. I was able to get a flight out of Tallahassee tonight to Maryland. So I was able to buy myself one more day to drive into the Capitol. So that was the best I could do. Very grateful for it. I got a flight at like, I think 8 o'clock. So, and it looks like it's a very small airport, so I don't have to be there too early. So I'm gonna go and film for an hour or two at the Capitol, and then get onto my flight, leave my van in Jacksonville, and there's talk that now it's that is possibly going to be the last that the Capitol is, or Tallahassee is going to be the last stop here, and they'll be there for a couple days, and they'll be there for a couple days, and then they're thinking that it might not be smart to continue on because of the amount of money that could cost, and that might be smarter to regroup, save the money, and do another run in a little bit down to DC once there's more alliances together. And I was saying earlier that I'm glad I'm not having to make that decision, because it's a tough decision to make. I always jump into my trips not thinking about the money. It's always a factor later on in the trip. And it wasn't smart sometimes to go without some of those, without saving a little bit more money for things that you're not expecting. But there's a lot of information that's coming out right now about the convoys, the other convoys. And so I think there's going to be a lot of trucks forming and doing exactly what we're doing, but it takes time, it takes money, it takes a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of people to get these up and going and moving. And I've seen that. I'm glad I've been part of it. There's so much that goes into it. I'm overwhelmed with just keeping a live stream and getting that uploaded and doing some TikToks and doing some Facebook posts. I'm overwhelmed with that, keeping the batteries charged and everything to it. There's a lot of work that goes just into that little thing. And there's other people that are restreaming these streams. And but the locations, the plans, the papers, the website, the IT, the finances, the people you got to talk with. There's so much that goes into it. The equipment, the CBs, the organization, the timing. There's a lot that goes into it, and I'm getting to see a lot of it being in this small group. I mean, it's not a small group. There's a lot of people involved with this. We look like a small group, but on the outside, but in the inside, there's a lot of people working to try to make things happen. Sell T-shirts to get, and everyone's coming. You could do this, you could do that, you could do this. Everyone's adding suggestions, and so it's been great to see that. And I'm thinking about forming one in Illinois with my trucker friend. I've been throwing it out to him, and just because he's very smart, he's like somebody that I would roll with, just like these guys. And I know some people in Chicago and Illinois, and I've done quite a lot of networking being with both these convoys and reaching out and talking to people. I talked to that guy who released that video yesterday or 2 days ago, talking about the U.S. Transportation Alliance. And so I ended that stream just so I could call him and talk to him and fill him in on some details that he threw out some dots, didn't make any connections, just threw the dots out. So I called him and I sent him a message this morning, and the one guy in the convoy knew him, met him, talked with him, because they were doing work. They were the bones, the foundations of that convoy. They were the trash monkeys. They were cleaning up and doing stuff. But I just realized today that everybody in the convoy today was in Hagerstown. Yeah, sure. Well, what's your name? Just so I know. I mean, yeah, just what's your name so I know that is you. I don't take too many friend requests with people who don't have a bunch of mutual friends with me. But I'll come back out here, and that's not for sure that they're not going on to DC. That has not been decided. That was just new information that was said today, and I was like, because I was thinking about it, going back and forth, and I think that it would be smart to wait for some of the other convoys to form a little more, get some of the, because there's a lot of alliances shifting right now, and I guarantee in the next 2 weeks there's going to be a whole lot of shifting. There's information that's coming out that's pertinent to the convoys, and so once that information is kind of released, and there's a lot of things going on in the convoy world here in America. So it's great. It's interesting. Scotty Hochstetter. It's Scottie Hochstetter. Hochstetter. It's my Facebook. I've been an activist on there for about 10 years, over 10 years now. Fiobi. So yeah, that's why I ended that live stream. I had to talk to him. I had to tell him, and he was running a lot of the different pages, the state pages and the Telegram pages. And there was one of the organizers I didn't know about was on that page, and so she was on Telegram the whole time, and I knew her name, and I searched out the name a bunch of times, and I couldn't find anything on her, not realizing that she was the head administrator on all the telegrams. So there's a lot of people. I'm going to try to get on the interview tonight with Four Wall Streamer. He was kicked out of Hagerstown. I've been in contact with him, and yeah, I'm going to try to get some real good interviews about what has happened in Hagerstown. I already have my testimony, but I know a lot of people now that had issues, and it's important that these people are given a voice and they're allowed to clear their name, or at least tell their side of the story. And that's really what I want my page to be about, is the kind of the little people. And not that I call anyone little, because I'm as equal. My mom always said, no one's better than me. They're just equal. They might be better at some things than me, but not all of the things that make me. Yeah, some of these guys I didn't even meet in Hagerstown because it was so big, and I was so busy filming and doing interviews and going after the media. Ross in the lead car here. He's the president of the Florida United Convoy. He needs some flags. He needs a little more razzle dazzle on that thing. I'm gonna take the lead just for a minute. Let this person pass. I just want to be in front for 2 minutes. Woo! I'm leading the convoy, even if it was just for a minute. All sorts of cars coming. All right. I'll let him pass. What nonsense? No nonsense. Just hanging out. I'm leading the convoy right now. I'm not part of the convoy, but I'm leading it. Throw out that little banner here. Well, I'm just in front of it. mighty little convoy coming through. That was Rossi Poo. Here comes Chris. He likes to dish it out. When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. There's good old Scott and his wife. They live the boat life. Here comes Sally. She doesn't dally along. She probably loves my song. I'm so glad I get to go to the Capitol today. I was going to drive to Maryland last night, but I was exhausted after driving all day. It's dark. Is Mike going? I'm not sure who Mike is. Or which Mike, I guess. Sometimes freezes. Next time around, I'm going to have better gear for all this. I'll probably get my AC fixed. I just haven't. I don't need it, but it is nice for filming. And I'm going to go back to Texas. I got to help my friend Mel move in Austin and hang out with my friend Jimmy, my friend Cody out there in Houston, my friend Chris in Dallas. I got a couple friends in San Antonio that I got to go and hang out with. My friend Christina, my friend Kurt and his wife, who've been very kind to me. Yeah, it's on and off, and sometimes when my screen clicks out, it doesn't continue recording. So hopefully next time I have another phone, like a separate phone for streaming, so I can answer calls, and be on the phone, because it's hard sometimes to be on for a few hours and not be able to take some calls. But that call earlier I had to take just because dude had some pertinent information. I was very connected with a bunch of the different admin groups of all the Facebook groups and the Telegram groups for the convoys. So I wanted to make sure I talked to him. So that was important. Talk to him. Mike shared it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that. On Mike. I'm going to say yes, but I'm not sure. I'm going to try to get guess I don't know about the buses. I heard something about it. I've been researching all day yesterday and listening in my free time to all the stuff that went on with the Telegram and all the security breaches and all that stuff. So that's what I've been focused on last night. So this stream is going to take us to the truck stop. We're going to be at the truck stop for a little bit that we were at the night, not last night, but the night before. And then we'll regroup there and then go on to the Capitol around 2:30. So I got another stream set for 2:30. So that will be the Capitol stream. It should be a lot more entertaining and interesting. Hey, Marjo. EM, there shouldn't be any face masks. I've fought that as much as I can. I have to fly for work, so I take it down at every opportunity. I don't wear it. I only wear it until they tell me to wear it when I check in my bags. And then when I turn the corner, I take it off. And then I don't wear it on the TSA line until they tell me that I have to put it on so that I could then take it down when I show my face. And I have to put it back up and take my shoes off because it's safe. And no matter what, no shoes, no shirts, none of that is effective in restaurants. But at the airport, you have to take your shoes off for health and safety. So I don't understand that. I'm not a scientist, so maybe you guys are more scientific than me. But I pull my mask down to show my face at the TSA super spreader point. I mean the plexiglass point. They're safe. They got plexiglass. So the plexiglass saves you from biohazards. Okay, remember that. 3M did not make any money off of that, and they've never made money off of anybody. 3M is a very good company. But allegedly there's no mask now. So somehow the science changed or the numbers changed. Somehow we crossed some threshold that I'm not sure what the threshold is of numbers of safety. But now I guess it's safe not to wear a mask. It's science. Hashtag science.
I'll just stop at you on the 142. What is it? Do you want to go on to the 192 and I'll meet you, or you don't want to go on there? What is it? 142, the TA. Oh, by the way, Disney is now saying that they never said that they were going to fight the DeSantis bill. They're trying to backtrack. Yeah, we had a lot of other shit going on. That's true, but did they say they were going to go back and saying, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Well, that would actually be an action. You don't expect them to do that, do you? I'm just saying. What are you doing to this?
Turning that down for censorship. Chris is getting censored right now. I am trying my best to keep this G-rated. And with the CB on, it's part of the experience. And I don't want to limit anyone's speech, right? But I am trying to not swear and not trying to make it a lot more kid-friendly. I can't guarantee that it's going to be kid-friendly, but I'm going to do my best to make it as kid-friendly as possible. So I'm going to pay attention to that. I'm going to try my best to just kind of silence some of the chatter when I see it going that way. Not because I don't want them to be censored, and more that I want to keep mine a little more kid-friendly. So that's going to be a balance I'll be trying to do. Yeah, it is all political theater. I didn't need a judge to tell me it was unconstitutional, though. I've known the whole time, right? Like that's been known. So they've been violating the constitutional rights for the last 2 years. Now, are we going to hold people accountable for that? It's not how those opinions work, though. That's what stinks. Like, if a judge rules that it's unconstitutional, okay, now everybody who violated and arrested you or did anything to you based on that should instantly be facing trial now. Yep, exactly, Charlotte. Yeah, and then so my question is, that was my post at 8 this morning on Facebook was, the science changed. What was the science that changed? Right? Like, show me that science. Show me what percentage, what number, so that in the future we know that when we hit 5% cases or 5%, but everything keeps changing. You can't pin anything on anything. That's why it's all BS. BS from the get. All those people need to be held accountable for that. The terror that they've rained on people for the last 2 years. Force small businesses closed while all the big businesses flourish. Terror. Terrorists. They're all terrorists. The people who went into the protests for Jan 6, they were protesters, peacefully assembling. The absolute worst that you could maybe even think about even saying is a trespassing charge, which is simple misdemeanor, or a simple property damage, which is very simple. That's just property damage. That's misdemeanor stuff. I didn't hear of any felonious behavior. Definitely not people not being in a cage that whole time. That's insane. How do you get a screen name President Joe Biden? Like, it seems like it's quite to name the score for a screen name. Oh, you came the troll. Win the election. You mean the rigged election? Win the election. So in 4 years, the next party that comes in will negate everything that was done in 4 years. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, buddy. That's not cool. Let's pick on Scotty Day every day.
Nobody's with me on that one.
Nope. The defender of ants has spread his dirty little ant hands and everything. Tom.
I always pick on Scotty.
Yeah.
I know, but I want to designate today as pick on Scotty Day.
Aw. What did the defender do to you, Tom? Not getting any action on that one.
Yeah, go left lane.
Ross,
Did I hear the boss say he felt the same way?
Ross is stoic in his response. He's above the drama. Allegedly. you don't win elections anymore. You just steal them. So it's not really. I don't know. That's where I disagree with a lot of my friends on the right. You know, the election was robbed. You know, it was stolen. Do you think that voting into it is going to work? I mean, that's my stance on it, right? Different than a lot of people, different than my friends. Now they're working on the election board, working on the local commissions and local districts, and they believe that if they get into some election judges, judgeships, or I'm not sure the proper terminology for the election judges, or the terms of what you call that term for the election judges, but they're trying to get on those to make sure that the voting's accountable. So now I see that in that route, like that type of action. But it's clear to me that it was stolen. I've traveled all over the country, all the side roads, and it's 20 to 30 to 1 Trump signs to Biden signs. I mean, there's way more support on the one side than the other side.
Get out of that plane. We got workers on the shoulder. Was that just a one or a couple more? Never mind, I see.
You know what's going to be cool is so we got the Florida convoy organized. We got the state of Florida, right? Now we just grow it and we grow it. And already in talks with some of the other leaders, some of the leads on, so that's the terminology, leads, the state leads. I really hadn't heard that terminology, but I'm going to start using that because that's who the state leads all now have to be in, start talking, right? And that's when this small little mighty convoy, we can merge with 2 or 3 different little state lead convoys, become a big convoy. We have all that local support, the fundraising arms, the local contacts in the different areas, and areas where we can load supplies. And so when we combine, there's going to be some cool like shirts and everything that have the different like sayings or little catchphrases or names all together. The lines of Virginia, Florida, and Chicago, right? Like all coming together and converging on a spot or doing simultaneous actions, right? I see these convoys as like huge things of being able to align with a couple groups of people, guns, different gun clubs, gun shows, gun promoters, aligning with the Republican Party, a lot of the flag waves, that type of stuff. So that could be really cool once that starts moving that way. So it's not one big national, like crazy show. how it should have kind of been run from the get-go with the other convoy, but it wasn't. But a lot of people, a lot of the work that was put on by these state leads, or these people like kind of just took an initiative and networked with people online, and then got the donations and for their little legs or for their areas. So those, no matter what convoy they're with, they still know how to do it. They've already done it. They've established the contacts. They know the people. So these convoys are just this is all in its infant stages yet. Yep, yep, yep. All right, Casey, Barky Face. I might have some time tomorrow. Today's gonna be pretty busy with flying. I gotta pack my bags when we're at the TA. But I'll get you on there. If not, find me and just friend request me, and I'll make sure to accept your friend request. Um, yes, Roger. Yes, Roger. Oh, I love comments in the comment section. Fight it out. Rip each other's head off. It is a big battle, good versus evil. Yeah, it's a big battle, good versus evil. I personally don't like saying Jesus because I have a lot of friends that call Jesus Yahweh, and they get into the devil, like some details in that. I have some Muslim friends, and Jesus was a prophet, and yeah, I have a couple good Muslim friends. One of them lives in New Jersey. I did some work for one in Chicago. I became very close friends with him, and I did some work for, or I'm friends with one in Australia. And I got a picture of his son in here in my car, and he's been affected by the lockdowns, and the kid wasn't able to play on some of the playgrounds, and he had to ask permission to go outside, and he supports me 100%. So if I say Jesus, that won't alienate him. He wouldn't care because he knows how I am. But I try to keep my message very general. Outside of the politics, I'll still talk about it a little bit. I find the "Let's Go Brandon" stuff funny. Everyone's so happy when they say "Let's go Brandon." Like this big kiddish smile comes over their face. There's happiness to it. So I laugh when I hear people say it. They're so excited, and that little kid is coming out of them when they say it. So I love that. So that is technically politics, but for me, it's just I love the humor of it. You call him Yahweh too? Okay. Yeah, I've been an activist for about 10 years on Facebook. All sorts of different issues. A lot of it had to do with my own arrest and my jury trial that I had for cultivation for growing medicine in Chicago, marijuana, which now is considered medicine. You're considered a doctor and a doctor and a businessman now in Chicago. But I was not considered that. I was considered a domestic terrorist. I was on the FBI's most wanted list. The FBI offered me a job to be a confidential informant. That's my third, fourth, and fifth video on my YouTube channel that I uploaded, I think 4 or 5 years ago. You can see my trial. It was a hot mess. That's my second YouTube video. My first YouTube video is a radio interview I had on the Rundown Live out of Milwaukee. Some guys that came up out of the Occupy movement that I was following and got a hold of 10 years ago. So I have a lot of activist friends that are pot activists, some friends that are activists for the Fully Informed Jury Association. I have lawyer friends. I have lots of friends via my Facebook. Some I've never met, but I know better than my friends that I have met. But I have slowly been meeting them over the years here of traveling. I try to hit them up, stop in their town, get to know them a little bit. I find that once I go to someone's house once, it's so much easier for me to visit a second time. It's that first time that's hard to kind of break that cherry, I guess, or break that ice. But once I do that, then, there's a few Facebook friends that when I'm in that area or passing through, my friend Jeremy, I hit him up in the mountains in Arizona, and we go out and do cool stuff. He knows I like Indian sites, so I spent time with his family, and I've done so much with him. And I was in the petrified forest, and he called me. He's like, I know you don't really know me, but I live an hour from where you're at. I know you said you're kind of just blowing in the wind. He's like, come on down and meet me, and I'll take you out on four-wheelers, and we'll go up in the mountains. So I went down there, and he took me out. And the last time I was there, he took me to this ancient aqueduct. He took me to an ancient aqueduct, and underneath the aqueduct, it was this private land in northern Arizona, and the aqueduct was built by who knows, and it's this massive rock thing lined with clay from the mountains down into like the plains of that area. I'm trying to think of the name of the town. Is it Springerville, Arizona? I'll think about it. I'll remember it here in a second. I've been to so many places. I have a hard time remembering the pronouns, the names of the things. Springerville. It's by Greer, Greer, Arizona. He's due east of there, a small town. And but there's petroglyphs all along so it's like the aqueduct is built along a bluff, and on the edge of the bluff are all these petroglyphs. So me and him hiked all the petroglyphs, and yeah, because he knew that I was into the petroglyphs, and so that was cool. It's not a national park; it's just on private land. It's like land he's looking at getting, and like he builds houses. And my friend Jeremy. But I met up with him out in California. I was out there and we met. So I've met him a bunch of times. Every time I go to Tucson or to Taos, I stop there because it's like the middle point. There's a bunch of different routes going down. And I've taken the different routes from his house, depending if I have a trailer with me or my tools or how loaded I am. I'll go different routes and sites I want to see because there's some hot springs down there. So yeah, but I like to travel. I met my friends Jeff and Karen in Ohio. I met them at an overpass on the first convoy coming through. Then they let me stay, do a bunch of research at their house. But I'm going to be going back there. And I want to be rich in friendships and experiences. The material things are not something I'm was it with this moderator, cat lady? What do you mean? Can you? I'm not exactly sure what that question means. But I got friends in Canada. That I'm pretty close with. A few of them. One of them went down to Ottawa. I didn't want to say hi. I got friends in every major city in Texas. I am and I'm not. I'm trying to be an independent media and have my own opinion, but I'm with the convoy. I support the convoy 100%. I've been running a banner on my page for money for the convoy. So I'm kind of part of the convoy, but my opinions are separate of the convoy, right? So however that works out, it's kind of a very gray area. I was part of the People's Convoy and had different opinions than the People's Convoy, right? So yes, I'm part of the convoy. I have not watched it yet, EM. I've seen all sorts of comments about it and all the different convoy pages, and I've heard some people talking about it. I think Roger, who's in here, I'm not sure if he's in here anymore, but he was at the Boot Hill Saloon in Ormond, and he was talking about it. Said it was a very good. I think it was Roger who was talking about it. Someone was talking about it. So I have yet to have any time with all these convoys. I've been so busy on talking to a bunch of different people, either through message, email, or phone, and then watching all the drama play out because I'm trying to stay on top of everything, who all the players are, and making my own content and surviving. I have had no time for, like, I liked it. I enjoy watching like a movie before bed or while I'm going to bed, but I've had no time to watch anything besides convoy stuff. I will get around to it eventually. Right now, I'm just taking cliff notes. The most important things I should know about it. What are your thoughts on it? EM? Good, bad? Do you believe it? I know a little bit about it. I know that that the virus is never airborne; it was waterborne. So if that's true, then people need to be held accountable for lying and not telling the truth or pushing pseudoscience or fake news. Let's get rid of the fake news now. If they were pushing all that crap. I just think it was the flu rebranded and sold as something new. And my buddy Dan Fitzcrafter, who I've been like promoting on here, he just sent me a message that his YouTube channel was taken down permanently. So I don't know. When I stop, I'm gonna have to give him a buzz and find out what happened. So that sucks. I have all my videos and stuff are all my stuff from Hagerstown. I have on a hard copy at a computer in Chicago. So if my channel ever gets taken down, I'll reload it and I'll probably make a channel called Defender Advance 2.0 or 3.0 or 4.0 and just re-upload everything and start over again, because that's just what happens. And I'm on Gab, I'm on Rumble, so all my YouTube videos go to Rumble. Oh, that's a poor little Chevy Astro. Aw, poor little guy. That's my peeps. So he was just kind of getting going on there. So I don't know the details of what. I just saw the message flash across my screen. But I don't want to kill my stream until I get over there. Okay. Yeah, I did hear that, the snake thing. Well, the moderator currently seems to be against it. What, the moderator like me? Are you saying that I'm the moderator? I'm not sure exactly who the moderator is. Could you define the moderator for me? Because I'm not against the convoy. Because I love the convoy. I love the convoy and I love being part of it. and not being part of it, because like I have different opinions than a lot of the people in the convoy. Like I don't want to say that I am the convoy, right? Like what am I? I'm trying to be independent. Like if Ross started doing things that I disagreed with, or certain people started doing a lot of things that I disagree with, and I can't ride with them anymore, then I'll bring that up and say that out loud, because that's how I am. I'm not afraid to be ostracized out of a group, because I've already done it once to the other convoy because I didn't agree with what was going on. I felt like people were getting robbed and I wasn't going to be part of it. So was I part of the People's Convoy at one time? I think so, maybe. I always try to be my own independent thought. Like I'm allowed to question people. When I'm not allowed to question people, I don't want to be involved with something anymore. And that's what happened. So I had my issues with the other convoy. I thought people were being robbed. And as more information comes out and people's stories get out, and I'm going to break some of these stories. I have a few people that I'm about to interview that's going to break those stories wide open and tell exactly what happened and how things were taken over and how things have been bogarted. And because I've been on top of it, and because I did my video a month ago, and I was so ostracized and hated on by so many people in the convoy. But here I am in another convoy. So all them saying that I'm against convoys, that's a stupid statement. It's an assumption, and it was a very bad assumption. They try to make these correlations that because I question the things of the other convoy, that I don't like convoys or I'm against the cause. I'm very much for the cause. I'm very much for people being held accountable. And I'm with people that I believe are accountable. And so I'm with them because of that and because of those actions. And I'm with the convoy still. And I'm thinking about forming my own convoy and aligning up with some other convoys in the Chicago area. Because I already know a trucker, an organized trucker who is the real deal, who was out there in Hagerstown on his own money. He got all the food, the donations. He's a big deal. I find him to be an American, like just like he bled Americana. So I would love if I could get him in on it, and we could start a Illinois convoy and align with the Illinois People Convoy and the people involved with that convoy within the leads, the state leads. So I'm looking for the state leads for Illinois, and I want to be in contact with them. And I will be in contact with them eventually, because I'm making a lot of contacts already. Already have contacts with a lot of the streamers, and yeah, I just talk with them. I want to know them, the good ones at least. Yeah, they need to be held accountable. Yeah. So I took a lot of grief for what I said, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. Like I've taken a lot of grief for a lot of things. No one supported me when I fought my trial. There was some people that supported me, but they all thought I was an idiot. But I did not listen to any of them. I took a little bit from everyone. They all helped me out in different ways, but I did not have support from everyone. Everyone thought what I was doing was wrong and was not the right path. But I got through it all by myself without anybody, yeah, whatever, Sally. I see that. I was going to edit that out somehow. No, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, for my case, they're waving and very chirper. The Edge from Texas, yeehaw. Yeah, but I beat it. I beat it without a lawyer. I beat it without a public defender. I sat and I read the Constitution, and I coupled the Constitution to different cases, and I learned how the Supreme Court makes decisions, how court moves. I learned so much. I learned it from a law clerk in jail. He did 9 years, and he taught me how to write a motion, and he taught me a lot. I learned from Latin King some of the definitions of the words of definitions. I learned from this guy who ended up getting the other guys in the cell, got rid of him because he was gay, and he was looking up and looking at people in the shower. But that guy was helping me too. I learned a lot of different things from him. Like I took a little bit from everybody, and that information that I took from everybody helped me. Even though I didn't agree with them on all the things that they believe in, I took a little bit from everybody, and I used that knowledge to be able to represent myself and to present myself in court and to do what a lawyer does. And I did it without law school. And I sat and I read and I read and I read and I read. Every single day I woke up and read. By the time I left jail, there was a line out my door, and people had ramen noodles in their hand. And that's what I took as payment for doing. Yeah, Dan, I saw that. Why was it terminated? What happened? A copyright? Medical misinformation? I saw the message, but I didn't want to kill the stream. So I talked about it just a little bit earlier. Tell me about it. Tell me about it in the comments. And by the time I had lines out the door, because my other cellie, C-Note, he told me that, because I was doing it all for free. He's like, you're not doing it for free anymore. You're in my pod. I got you in my cell with all these other guys, and they all have to answer to me. They have to go through me in order to get paperwork and the law help from you. And I'm charging 2 ramen noodles. You get one ramen noodle and a ramen noodle. If there's any problems with anybody, you tell me. So at that point, I became very safe in jail because I had this Italian gangster who was robbing the Chicago gangbangers in downtown Chicago and running guns as my muscle. And so people would wait in line before the doors were open, or once the doors were open, was waiting for me to sit down and go into the little law room that we had in the pod and sit down and discuss what they could tell the lawyer to do for their case. Because everyone knew that I did law. And the Spanish would call me abogado. Abogado, abogado. How are you today, abogado? That's lawyer in Spanish. They gave no explanation besides severe community guideline violations. Oh, my phone's overheating. Damn it. My phone might go down here. I'm going to stick it out the window for a minute. Cool it down. Bear with me. Put it on mute. It's going to be loud. Ooh, it's hot. Oh, man, that's hot. let's go get. It's getting super hot. I'm back now. Some honkers there. Soup Mama's meet in Hagerstown. So yeah, Soup Mama, Charisse, and Nicole and Jersey J all form that kind of little group that they got going there right now. They formed a 503c non for profit. Takes like a year to get the official title of it, but that's what they formed. Nicole was on the stream the other day asking for money for the American Freedom Convoy, and one of the guys I met was saying that she was a troll, and I don't know what I think right now. I know that, and I didn't delete the comment. I wanted that comment there because people could donate wherever they want to donate. Yeah, they got an event. There's a doctor talking there too in Pennsylvania. So I'm hoping that there's some good content because there might be some good content coming out of that from the conversation I had earlier. So I can't wait to see if something comes out of that. I'm gonna run and go to the bathroom and get a drink, cold drink. And I got 2:30 is when we're scheduled to go into the Capitol. So that should be a pretty interesting video.
Yeah, this is Scott and Joni. We're going to go over across the street at that stop over there and gas up. It's about 40, 50 cents cheaper. And then we'll come back. Gotcha.
I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Sacramento, California today, huh? Brian Brassey. So who's running that? Mike Landis and Marcus in Sacramento. How did your account get hacked then? Yeah, so I did a convoy. We went, did a blockade, but there was a big convoy, thousands, tens of thousands involved with it from California all the way to Hagerstown. And I was with it for about a month. I met these guys working at this convoy. We have a small little convoy. They're all there. There's a car right there. There's a semi right now. So I met them, and we're running a convoy. We've done 16 different spots, rally points, and we're going to the Capitol. Today's the last day of it, and we're going to be in the Capitol for 3 days. So, yeah, so I'm filming. I'm a live streamer, so I've been live streaming the convoy. What? Yeah. What's your Defender Vance? Yeah, we did. That's what I got.
soon we pulling out of here?
We're back. We're ready anytime.
Main purpose of this stop was Chris to fuel up, so I don't know how long that takes.
Love that chicken from Popeyes. No. Yeah. I like the biscuits. No, I want it. I'll take it. The best part. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, really? Thank you. I do like them with honey. They're good.
Hey, where y'all at? Scott, Joey, Scotty, and me are all out in the front of the store. I'm over here by the McDonald's. If you guys want to come line up behind me. We'll all get ready to move. Hey, Chris, you want any food from Dairy Queen?
do that tint yourself? Did you put that tint on yourself? Tint. The tint. You did? Is that guy with us? Oh, okay. I thought he was lining up.
That reefer behind you joining us?
I don't think so. Looking for Chris. I don't see him. I just got in. J-Mac is just hopped off her tank. Oh, it's simple. She walked their dog and they the wrong pump, so she's just finishing up now. She's coming out of the pump now. Anyone see my wife? She's a short, thin, and pretty woman. I've seen her. She here in her car? I don't know where she is.
Sally, where are you? Are they looking for you? All right, we should be rolling out here soon. This will not be the stream to the Capitol. This is our stream to Lakeland, maybe? I forget what. And we're going at 2:30. We'll be leaving for the state capitol from that truck stop. And I'll be there for a few hours, and I have to leave. I have to go to the airport in Tallahassee, and I'm flying back. I'm flying out to Maryland for 4 or 5 days. And then if the convoy continues on, I'll join back up with them and catch up to him from Tallahassee, or if not, I'm going to head back to Texas for a month or two where it gets too hot.
Okie doke. Okay, buddy, we get you 2 blowjobs. Go get
Trying to keep this G rated here. Sure, that's all good. Sure, that's all good. There's a lot that goes on here to get this going. That's a nice little purple truck. Fancy. Freightliner.
We got everybody ready, or what's going on? I can only see you, me, and Scotty. I don't know about anybody else right now. Let me drive around and find out. Alright, I got Joni and Scott behind me, and J-Mac is looking at us the other way. Alright, when's right on Sally? Sally's at DQ and headed back here in 60 seconds. She ain't something to eat, and she's bringing me something too.
Oh, that's so sweet, Chris.
You will get nothing and like it. No, she's bringing me something. I just don't know what it is.
Uh-oh.
You will get nothing and like it. Maybe shit on a stick for all I know.
I knew that was coming.
What, school got out early? Sure looks like it.
Today, Junior. Want to move already? Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
I'm ready. Looks like we're all accounted for.
About time, Sally.
All right, y'all ready? You waiting on me? You're backing up. Let's roll.
Roll out.
We all made it turn. We're all getting ready to be on the ramp. Simple.
So, G Hagerstown crew. Every single one of this convoy has been in Hagerstown, was in Hagerstown, was part of the People's Convoy. Now we are the Florida United Convoy, independent from that convoy, accountable to the money. The People's Convoy is floating it on itself. Yeah, Sandra, I'm the only one. It kind of stinks for some people being stuck with just me, because a lot of people don't like me. A lot of people love me, a lot of people hate me. That's all we got. We're a small little convoy here. Everyone from here was in Hagerstown. I stream with all the other streamers in Hagerstown. Dan was going to come out and stream. And Rolling for Freedom was going to come out and stream. There were some issues with some of the other streamers with the group. And so, yeah, I'm the only streamer. And I have to leave tonight. Ross has been streaming to his Facebook page and to the Florida United Convoy Facebook page. Grandpa Tone. Sally's been doing some streams with Grandpa Tone or Uncle Tone. I think it's Grandpa Tone. You've been following me since Hagerstown? Yeah, and all these people are from Hagerstown in the convoy today. Every single one was there. I didn't meet two of them. Two of the cars that are here, I met them here. There was a lot of people at Hagerstown. It was hard to know everybody. People kept coming and going, so it was hard to keep track. So yeah, this is small. This is just one state. You know, the People's Convoy was 50 states or 48 states or however many states, right? So yeah, if we times it by 50, then we might have, you know, the streamers that the People's Convoy had. And thank you for following, Sandra. I'm trying my best to provide good content and provide a good stream. I really don't care for streaming as much. I was doing streams for like an hour when the trucks come in, maybe an hour and a half. I'm not the best with keeping up on the comments. Sometimes the comments could be just so like, how's the weather type of stuff. And I just, whatever, like, I'm not degrading that in any type of way. I don't know. I'm so happy people watch and that I'm able to get some views and some content out there and some ideas out there to spread and spread information. I know that my channel was very specific to Hagerstown and people follow me in Hagerstown. And so for a local paper, I was like the local streamer, YouTuber who was just different than a lot of the other streamers. And I like doing the interviews and going after the media on a static recording where I'm not live. So I can edit things out and make them look real nice and clean and crisp. Edit out some of my language in terms of I'm just not the best with speech or forming sentences sometimes when I'm like my adrenaline's pumping. So I like to be able to edit it and make it sound better. And one of the streams the other day was 8 hours, but I got 1,000 views. So that's some good reach. I could use a lot more reach, but I'd like that my channel's small. And it's slowly building. And once people realize that I got alienated because of my videos on the U.S. Transportation Alliance and questioning the money for where the money's going for the People's Convoy, and questioning that Hollywood cameraman is following the People's Convoy and is their official streamer. Once people realized that I was kind of ahead of the curve on that, that was a month ago that those videos went out, and a lot of that information is now coming out. And there's major issues with the state pages, the Facebook pages, the Telegram pages. There's a lot going on right now. And that's cool. I love it. I love all the it's a battle of good versus evil, man. It's going to be crazy. People are seeing, and there's people in good positions who are finally realizing what's actually going on. And me and a couple other people, some people in this convoy, were the ones who came up with some of the information. And that's why this convoy exists now. And yeah, I'm glad we got us. Yeah, I was fed some information through numerous sources, and I was able to do my research on it and kind of expose a lot of it. And the video yesterday or the day before parroted that exact thing that I said. So I think that's great that that information's out there, and it's getting out there, and I was ahead of the curve. And I lost a lot of followers and subscribers and got a lot of hate in my comments for those videos. But that's fine. I see those same people spreading that same hate in this other guy's channel that just went and released it all. And same guy saying the same things, or a different, yeah, the guy's just saying exactly what I was saying about the U.S. Transportation Alliance. So that's huge. That's huge. It makes me a little more not trusted, but what's this? This van is getting so close to the trailer.
I got mine. Keep going, I'll catch up with you guys. That's fine. Let's set it out at 25 so we can wait for it. I'll most likely get the bypass. Yeah, so we'll start on 45. Oh my God. Yeah, I got the bypass.
Nice.
Now I'm back on the road. I come out, we'll talking.
What's that showing? into the gray. Oh, this is a beautiful drive on the 10. I'll remember this. Just woods the whole way, all the way across. Awesome.
Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee. I don't think you're getting any hoochie coochie on this trip.
Turn the bottom down.
Yeah, sadly,
Hello, random Facebook user. Thank you. From the Harley Davidson shop. It sounds like you with how you just said hello, ants. Yes. I want to do a video with you about what happened on Telegram. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, I want to do a video with what happened on Telegram. I think it's important that people know what happened. But I asked Ross today for I asked him to send my number to you because I wanted to talk to you about that. Because I got to do a few interviews with a few people, and the other person is the same thing, stuff that went on Telegram. So between the two of you, it's the same story. So it's interesting. I don't know if you've seen that video. Well, you could email me if you feel more comfortable with that. I just like to know a lot of birds, and a lot of birds tweet, tell stories, and sing sweet little things to my ear. A thing of information. I'm an information junkie. You contain some information that's key to what's going on. All right, cool. He told you.
Not me. Yeah, stop listening to that noise in your head. It's so loud, though. Does it pick up?
All right, I will. Not my video. Well, it pertains to my video, an old video I did a month ago on the U.S. Transportation Alliance. I think I did tell you a little bit about that. I'll send it to you when Sally had it on her page, and it was one of the guys who was running the Telegram, some of the Telegram pages. And how that Telegram page got shut down twice. That he had to rebuild it 3 times. First time, the second time, then a third time. So it's interesting that the whole Telegram world was outside of my purview. I didn't know about it. It was outside my wheelhouse. And but there was one character, Rebecca, who was in both of your stories. I believe it was Rebecca or Marcus. Oh, you did watch that. Okay. Now, he's talking about the U.S. Transportation Alliance, and I have a video about 3 weeks to a month ago about the U.S. Transportation Alliance. So that's it pertains to that video. It's a little more in depth than what he was saying.
We got a truck on the shoulder up here.
Yes, he did say it was a crappy platform. That was in the streamer meeting that he said that. Yeah, I think he said he was on Telegram. In the video, he was saying, yeah, it was Telegram pages. Because that's how he became the admin. Because he was answering all sorts of questions, showing people how to use Telegram. So it might not be the same video that you watched. The talker, Kevin or whatever his name is. Justin, maybe. Yeah, yes, that's the person. Yeah, he had some good information in that video. Some things I didn't know about. I love the whole web. It's such a such a crappy not crappy, but like there's so many characters. Even being in Hagerstown, not meeting so many people, but meeting a bunch of people and then piecing them together with all the other people. Yep, exactly. Put out his social security number a few times, his phone number. It was a great video because it echoes the things that were said in my video, a few of my videos. So it makes me sound a little less crazy than I am, which I like that. Yeah, he did, and it sounded like he put his heart and soul into that effort. So that's the politics of the convoys. It's just it's a bunch of people coming together who are all pretty independent, and then you start asking the wrong questions, and things change. Yeah, he said he was working for like 22 hours till his fingers were cramping up. That's how I've been at when I was in Hagerstown, when I was doing streams and content or like interviews. Like at the end of the night, my eyes were like, oh my gosh, I was falling asleep on my phone as things were uploading. So I understand you feel like the most important person in the world. What? Yeah, no, I know everyone was 1,000% invested. So I understood when I started questioning things that those people that are 1,000% invested were going to get mad at me. But that, the truth is always the truth and it doesn't change. You might see it from a different perspective, but it's still the truth. So I knew that I could stay and probably blow up because that's where that's where it was good subscribers and everything. But I took a hit for starting to question. Ross got trespassed for questioning, and what he said was crazy. 25% or 23 or whatever the number was, somewhere around a quarter of that money donated to the convoy was used for security. That's a staggering number. Staggering that you could have that much money for security. Like Ross and all those guys that were with Ross were the reason they were all volunteering to be security. They had that place locked down. They all. I was. My Facebook page was given to them. My YouTube page, so they could check me out and see what they're saying. And they said that I checked out, but I had some bad swears and I was a little. I had some cuss words. Was the report on me? But these guys were all running security. They were volunteering. They wanted to make sure a guy was back by the camp, up all night, making sure that area was secured. Nobody from that 25%, that quarter, that 25% of the money from Allied Security, none of that came. None of them were back there watching our campsite. Right? Like, so. Yeah, but they were running the security. That's why I felt safe with them. And when Ross got trespassed, everybody laughed because it was like all Ross did was ask him questions. He wasn't violent. He didn't make any threats. He didn't try to be under the guise of the people's comp. He didn't do anything but ask, "Hey, is it really necessary? Like, are you guys really paying $20,000 a day or something crazy like that to Allied or to the security company? And are you really paying $20,000 for renting a charter bus? That's a lot of money." Ross slept in Chris's top bunk, and Chris and Sally slept on the bottom. No fancy coach bus. Not that we could even afford a fancy coach bus, or the group afford the fancy group bunch. See, it's so hard to not say we, because I love these guys. I really do. So when I speak, it's like I say we, like I'm part of the convoy, but I'm not. But yeah, they're running security for free. No 0.25%. I'd love to see what was actually released. I didn't see that. I saw some of the stuff about the Telegram being taken over. No, I know, but it's been like it's how some people got kicked out of People's Convoy was by saying we. You know that we is it's hard. I'm pressed, but I have a view. I'm not. I'm going to tell you my view, right? And it's different than people. It's some of it's the same, but yeah, I know that you don't. But other people, they make like generalizations, right, on that. Yeah, I'd like to see I'd like to see. I know they're trying to get money at this, according to the video, that they're trying to get 1776 from a third of the followers of the convoy. But what he was saying was just reiterating all of our stuff that we've been saying about Marcus. What I've been saying about Marcus. Marcus is in one of my time lapses, that was my question. Who is Marcus Summers? We latched on to that because that was who Dino was bringing. Dino, head of Allied Security there, which Sterling claimed to be head of security. I'm not even sure who the head of security ever was. But Dino was in there. Dino was answering to Marcus. So if security was throwing everybody out, Dino's in charge of security or Sterling, they were all answering to Marcus. And what he just said in his video was just blowing up all that, just reiterating that how Marcus was acting and coming across. And yeah, Marcus is not a good person. And I could say that. It's not a claim. I don't believe he's a good person. That's my belief. I don't know what these other guys in the convoy believe. I don't believe he's a good person. And I believe he's misleading a lot of very, very good people. But these good people that are there, they're not idiots. They're smart. They'll figure it out. I know they will. Because they wouldn't be there in the first place if they hadn't figured out some of the things that are going on. I've met so many amazing people there. Yeah, it feels great. It feels great that he's saying the same exact thing that I said a month ago. And that's something I like about this convoy. They're open about the funds. How much money they got in gift cards, how much money they got in cash. Like that has to be a big thing. Thank you so much. You're a doll. Yeah, I just want, even if it's over the phone, I'd love to get like an interview with you about what happened on Telegram. Because I think it's super important so that people know what happened, how it happened, and then that's a good thing for some other. It's like all these puzzle pieces, all these different characters. You were in Hagerstown, so you had your own personal experience there, and getting that information from those people, watching all the different live streams and piecing off together all the information, all the players. It's cool. I loved when you told me about the Telegram thing. I was like, I couldn't stop listening. I was just like, oh yeah, I love this. Then when I watched Kevin's video or Justin's video, I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. I love every minute of it. Because that's why this convoy is rolling the way it's rolling. Oh, and in the right hands. Yes, in the right hands. It's got to be in the right hands. And it's so, it's been like a crazy drama book. If someone writes a book about all this, it's going to do real well. It was like a big old game of Clue. Who done it? Where did they do it? And with who did they do it? And what did they do? Because I think convoy stuff is here to stay. There was so much interest in the convoys in this form of videoing, which I personally don't like. I like the interviews. I like the cliff notes. But a lot of people love the live. And during protests, I love watching the protests live. Like it's just kind of like an unedited view of what's happening. But I like both. Yep, absolutely. Money corrupts. Yeah, and I didn't realize I didn't realize they were using the term like state leads. So that's a new vocab. So now I'm keen in on that. I hadn't heard people referring it to that, the state leads. And so that's like new info, like a whole little new realm for me, which is good to better understand how the People's Convoy kind of came together. And like anything, it's good to know the top people, the leads, because that's where you get a lot of action. Then it just trickles down from there. And I see that the online community is where a lot of yeah. I didn't watch J6, but I watched a lot of the Ottawa, and I loved it, and so did a lot of my friends, and a lot of people I met in Hagerstown watched it religiously. I'm gonna kill this feed once. I'm gonna kill this feed once I get to the gas station. I gotta get stuff, my suitcase ready for the airport to fly out to Maryland tonight, and I want to be in the capital as long as I can before I fly out. So, but I have a live stream scheduled on Facebook, YouTube, and my personal Facebook page, my YouTube channel, and my Facebook group. So that's going to be at 2:30. So thanks for coming. Okay, cool. I'll see who that mutual friend, which another southern state lead. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just trying to network with everyone. I want to networking. I'm all up in this convoy life because it's kind of like van life. I've been doing van life, like stopping and going all the different locations, and so it's not too far from the life I want to be living anyway. So it's great. And if I could network with a bunch of great people who have the ability to make messages, then that's who I want to be with. And that's what I want to be doing. Snap. All right, I gotta get gas. I'll ride with him in there just so we could come in strong. I'll jump back over here. A lot of state troopers right here. It's the third one I saw in like 2 minutes. Pep in your step. Yeah, that's what Ross was saying.
This is line up behind me right here.
There's a bunch of police here. I'm gonna go over there. Over by the police. Get some gas. Bunch of police. Don't leave that on. I guess so.
Hey, J-Matt, what are you going to do?
Wait to see what the big boy is gonna do.
Oh, okay. So you could pull up there behind Scott and Johnny or, yeah, back in there, I guess.
Yeah, right here is fine. We're gonna be leaving at 2:30. I'm just gonna get like $20 of gas, so I'm good for the rest of the day, and then go to the bathroom, and I'll be good to go. Just when everybody's done and ready to go, just come back over here and line up. We're lining up right there. That's where we're lining up at. That's a good gas. I just want to show everybody where we're lining up at.
Y'all got any fuel, Johnny? Alright. I'm over here behind you, and so is J-Matt. I'm just gonna sit over here, and that way everybody else can get lined up since I roll out last anyway.
Do good.
You with the truckers convoy?
Yeah, I am.
Are you Justice?
I'm not Justice.
Okay.
Hofstadter, right?
Yes.
Hey, my name is Travis Bergeron. We're with the Tallahassee Police Department.
Oh, nice to meet you guys.
Okay.
We're trying to find Mr. Justice. I guess he's kind of like organizing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we understand that there's some miscommunication on blocking traffic and not blocking traffic. So we just want to make sure everybody's clear.
All right. You want me to walk you over to him?
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. How you doing? Yeah. How you doing?
Doing very well. Doing very well.
Oh yeah, they found us. Probably watching. They've been the police have been great in all the different places. So kind and courteous to the different convoys. So I'm not that worried. They know what's going on. I'm sure one of my 6 followers is watching. Oh, who's that? Let's run for freedom. Look at that.
Section after they leave, we're gonna leave. So we're there for the special section. Yeah, starts today. That's 4 days. We're not allowed to go. Okay. Let me ask you this. Why did you pick me? All good, so why did you pick me? I picked you because you need to say it. I didn't say it. When we went to DC police locked everything back to do. Well, but why didn't nobody back us up? Nobody said it. Because we're from Florida. We're from Florida, so if we go up there and we go against the DC police stand and we get arrested, what's everybody gonna do back? You're saying you can freedom of speech, yeah, and you tell them the best buildings in the nation, but nobody said anything about DC. That has nothing to do with this. It has nothing to do with our government. It has nothing to do with our government. Our government is doing everything we
Effectively, we don't have mass mandates. We don't have the issues that we have, but we still have other issues in the state that so many people think about. So there's still companies that are making people test that. The segregating their customers right now, making us test by their own food, is what people with the vaccines are like. There's still things in the state that nobody do anything about. Everybody's still nothing wrong with but we're still dealing with all this stuff. Still dealing with it. I travel out of the state this night and day when I leave the state, and Florida needs to take a lead and get all this taken care of. Getting that. I mean, people come up and they support us, and they're inside of it. Well, yes, when you're the federal government saying that this is what you're going to do, it has nothing to do with this. Well, then we have the Florida Constitution.
The state can make them do it.
We don't actually have That's why we're having this conversation. That's why we need you guys to really make sure we have to. That's why. So we went through a rough summer a couple of years ago. Nationwide, including up in the towns. We don't like the things that happen. We want everybody to exercise there's ways to do this. Please don't do it. Please don't block that. And if you want to stand in front of the Capitol and decide, that's fine. Do that. But don't block it. You don't have to walk around to get it. That's the only thing we have to do. That's fine. We don't have any issues out of this. We're out of here. Well, I mean, I was told that you guys don't have first six guns. Because you got traffic crashes. We cannot issue a permit to block traffic. But I can tell you right now, I can do a public request. Leon County so find out how many tickets tell us. Leon County's not Leon County Sheriff's Office. I can't speak to that. They may be up on the Capitol right now. We're not confident on the side. We just don't want to block the traffic. We don't want that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking about blocking on the traffic. I'm talking about blocking right. Like, this is going to come as same thing. It's going to be second distance. But as far as walking the road, you don't need to do that. But if you want to stand up on the Capitol steps, hold your signs, do what you're going to do that. Don't walk. So
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Yeah.
Take also.
No, that was interesting. He knew me by first name. Ooh-wee. That got real. That got real. Yeah, Sandra, rolling for freedom. He just showed up right before all that. They're basically just, the police just basically said that they came over and they said they didn't want to arrest us, but you can't be stopping traffic, faking breakdowns or breaking down, or it's basically what that whole conversation was about. And they afforded the courtesy to come and talk. That was what that was about. Yeah, there's a bunch of tow trucks, I guess, all set up and ready to tow. But yeah, they got real. I don't know where everyone's at. They're over there. Yeah, they were nice. They were super nice. Super nice. Yeah, I mean, police have been on the side. Oh, you saw my truck out on Golf Road? That's funny. All right, well, I have to make some phone calls for work and check on my flight, check in, and I got a live stream starting in like 5-10 minutes here. Okay? I'm going to click over. Thank you for watching.